The fingerprint didn't make sense. It shouldn't have existed. It couldn't have existed. But there it was, lifted from a scrap of paper slid beneath Marla Devlin's prison cell door at 2:17 a.m. Clear ridges. Perfect loops. Undeniable. The lab ran it twice. Then a third time. Every result came back the same. Match: Ethan Rowe. The man the state claimed Marla murdered. The man with no body. The man officially declared dead. And suddenly, the case that never made sense became something far more dangerous. The prison warden ordered the fingerprint report sealed within hours. No press. No notifications. No internal memo. The document was stamped restricted and quietly transferred to the county sheriff's office. The same sheriff who built the original case. The same sheriff who dismissed the gas station sighting. The same sheriff who insisted Marla Devlin was guilty. But this time, the evidence didn't support his story. It destroyed it. So he did what powerful men often do when the truth threatens them. He buried it. Marla sensed something was wrong immediately. Guards stopped making eye contact. Her mail started arriving opened, or not at all. Her sister's visits were suddenly unavailable. And then came the warning. A fellow inmate leaned close during breakfast and whispered, "They're talking about moving you. Not transfer. Something else." Marla didn't ask what that meant. She didn't need to, because later that night, her cell door opened without warning. 2 guards entered. No explanation. No paperwork. Just handcuffs. As they led her down the corridor, Marla noticed something chilling. They weren't headed toward intake. They were heading toward medical. Outside the prison, Marla's sister, Rachel Devlin, was piecing things together. She had requested copies of the fingerprint report through a public records inquiry. The response came back unusually fast. Request denied. File does not exist. That was impossible. Rachel had seen the lab technician's signature herself. Someone was lying. So she did what the sheriff never expected. She went public. Rachel contacted a small, independent true crime YouTube channel, one known for exposing wrongful convictions. She didn't have documents. She didn't have proof. But she had a story, and one sentence that stopped the producer cold. They found Ethan Rowe's fingerprint inside my sister's prison cell. The video went live on a Tuesday night. Title: Declared Dead. His fingerprint found in prison cell. Within 6 hours, it hit 500,000 views. By morning, it crossed 2 million. Comment sections exploded. How is that possible? This case never made sense. They framed her. Former detectives chimed in. Legal analysts reacted. Armchair sleuths started digging. And then someone posted something chilling. A screenshot. A missing persons forum post from 3 months after Ethan Rowe vanished. Posted anonymously. It read, "If you're looking for Ethan, stop. He doesn't want to be found. And someone else will pay the price if you keep digging." The timestamp predated Marla's trial. No one had noticed it. Until now. As attention grew, another detail surfaced. A man had been quietly present throughout the original investigation. Not a detective, not a prosecutor, a private consultant. His name, Caleb Rourke. Former law enforcement, now security and risk analysis. Records showed Rourke advised the sheriff during the early days of Ethan's disappearance. But here's the strange part. Rourke had been hired by a third party. Not the state, not the county, someone else. And that client name? Redacted. Back inside the prison, Marla was strapped to a gurney in medical. A nurse avoided her eyes. A syringe lay on the tray. Marla asked what it was for. The nurse hesitated, then whispered, "This isn't in your chart." Before anything could happen, alarms blared. A lockdown. Guards rushed past the door. Someone was shouting. In the chaos, the nurse leaned close and slipped something into Marla's hand. A folded note. 3 words. "You're being erased." Moments later, Marla was returned to her cell as if nothing had happened. No transfer. No explanation. But the message was clear. Someone wanted her silent. Permanently. 2 days later, the YouTube video caught the attention of an investigative journalist, Claire Brooks. She had seen cases like this before. Bad convictions. Power protecting itself. Evidence lost. Claire requested old phone records tied to Ethan Rowe. Most were gone, but one number kept appearing. An unregistered burner. Activated 3 weeks before Ethan vanished. Last ping, near the abandoned gas station. Claire followed the trail, and what she found shattered everything. Ethan wasn't hiding in fear. He wasn't running from danger. He was hiding because he was being paid to disappear. Bank records surfaced, funneled through shell accounts. Monthly deposits. Enough to live quietly. Enough to stay gone. And the sender? A company connected to Caleb Rourke. The consultant. The man in the shadows. Ethan hadn't been murdered. He had been used. Used as part of an insurance and land acquisition scheme involving the ranch land surrounding Westbridge. His disappearance triggered property transfers, legal loopholes, quiet payouts. Marla Devlin. She was collateral damage. A convenient suspect. A woman with no power. Someone the town was ready to blame. And the sheriff? He didn't mastermind it. He just went along with it. Because solving a case, even a fake one, was better than admitting he'd been manipulated. Claire Brooks confronted Rourke off camera. Asked him one question. Is Ethan Rowe alive? Rourke didn't deny it. He smiled and said, dead men don't collect money. The footage never aired. Because hours later, Claire's car was run off the road. She survived. Barely. Her footage vanished. But one thing remained. A copy of Ethan Rowe's fingerprint analysis, uploaded automatically to a cloud server, scheduled to release. The documents went public at midnight. Fingerprint matches, payment trails, internal emails. The story exploded. National news, federal interest, outside investigators. The sheriff resigned by morning. Rourke disappeared. And Ethan Rowe, a man matching his description, was detained at a border crossing 2 states away. Alive, unharmed, and suddenly very talkative. Marla Devlin was released after 14 months in prison. No apology, no compensation, just silence. As she stepped outside, reporters asked one question. How does it feel knowing the man you were convicted of killing is alive? Marla paused, then said, it feels like I was never meant to survive this. Weeks later, Claire Brooks reviewed one final document. An email Rourke sent the night Ethan disappeared. It read, if anything goes wrong, frame the neighbor. She'll hold. Meaning Marla was never meant to be freed. She was meant to disappear too. And the scariest part? Caleb Rourke was still missing. So was most of the money. And the system that allowed it all. Still very much intact. Because in the end, the most terrifying truth wasn't that Marla Devlin was convicted without evidence. It was that someone planned it that way and nearly got away with it.